There are only three other alumni of the year that share something with Bill Babin. That's the very first one, Eddie Toribio, then the great Gernon Brown, his brother Will Brown. There were coaches and teachers here, and they shared the great vision of Jesuit High School. And Bill, of course, is of those four, the only one who's not a full-time teacher here. But he shared with us the great mission. And I've said this so many times that people have heard it, can repeat it after me. The three great qualities of Jesuit High School, the three things that have been continuous through the years. When I talked to the 1964 recipient of this award in the class of 1924, Leon Sarpi, to all the other alumni since then, three things has marked Jesuit High School: high expectations, a strong level of support, and a great sense of camaraderie. And what has Billy Babin done for us at the 8th grade level? Precisely that. Precisely that. Expecting the best from his players. Long practices, expecting the best, knowing that they are going to be the people who are going to represent Jesuit High School in the field, but not just in that way, but also in every aspect of their lives. A great teacher is what Billy has been, who expects the best, gives the support that they need, and from that develops a great sense of camaraderie and connection. That's why we're all here, because they expected the best of us when we were here, they gave us the support, and we feel strongly connected. And so I'm very grateful for Bill Babin for the 37 years in which he has done that for Jesuit High School. And so it's my great honor to award him the title of Alumnus of the Year for the year 2014.
Father, thank you for those kind words. Father Fitzgerald, on a day like today and the 8th grade players, I don't know any other way to start off something without saying, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad. That's the way I start every practice for the 8th graders, and they always remember that and respond to it. You know, receiving an award like this really makes you reflective. And it makes you realize how important family and close friends are. Their support throughout the journey and their enthusiasm and excitement since the announcement really make this award all the more special. So a big thank you to all of them, my family and friends, especially my wife Margaret, who has really learned to embrace all of my Jesuit endeavors. I have sat in this audience for 40 years, and I've grown to respect this award and the men who have received it. Mayors, community leaders, judges, just remarkable self-made men. I'm an 8th grade coach. My resume doesn't measure up to these guys, but what I do have that all of these men have is what all good alumni possess: a love for Jesuit High School and a desire to be a good Blue Jay. So my story is a little different. It's much more about what Jesuit has given me than what I have given to Jesuit or the community. I guess you could say I have taken two tracks to this point: coaching and alumni work. All of my coaching emanates from the summer of 1975. Yes, that's the summer, 2 summers after I graduated. After a lackluster 5 years at Jesuit, in which only my good friends on the wrestling team won state, I never accomplished my one goal of winning a state championship jacket like the ones that the teams in the 60s wore when my brother Barry brought me to every game from 62 to about 65. So in 75, Coach Mizuraka allowed me to come back and play Legion baseball for the Otoco Drillers. From that team, I finally learned, after 5 years of school and an extra summer of baseball, the first principle of being a good Blue Jay, namely, to be a man for others. I never played so hard or hustled so much in my life and my teammates rallied around one another, and we won state, and I got my jacket. There is one footnote to the story I have to add. Brian Butera won 10 games on the mountain that summer, and I think that probably had a little bit to do with us winning state too. After that summer of coaching, the coaching opportunity started. As a coach, all I wanted to do was give the kids that same feeling I had in '75. Coach Mizzi asked me to coach the Metro team in 1977, and those teams gave me the opportunities to coach a group of players, including players like Will Clark and other players who everyone acknowledges to be one of the best teams in school and state history, winning 4 straight state championships in 1979 and 80. The players and coaches on those teams, which are only 5 years my younger, still remain my good friends to this day, even after I coached their sons. Then in '94, Dave Morrow asked me to coach the 8th grade baseball team. There are so many great 8th grade stories that I cannot possibly pick out one here today. Suffice it to say that those teams have given me untold joy and satisfaction. It's hard to believe that 20 years have already gone by. These coaching assignments, though, also allowed me to learn the second core principle to becoming a good Blue Jay. AMDG, all the alumni know it, for the greater glory of God. You see, being a volunteer coach and juggling a job, a wife, players, parents, and administrators can become very hectic. And I have to say, sometimes it can become work and not fun. It makes you want to take the easy way out sometimes rather than doing the right thing. Well, doing things for the greater glory of God makes you realize that the school, the institution, the spirit itself, which is Jesuit, is bigger and more important than any of us. And it allows you to do the right things for the kids you coach. I learned that this most important principle will sustain you through the tough times and make the good times even better. With regard to alumni work, I was just a good foot soldier in the army of alumni, helping out when asked. And then in 1986, one of my best friends from grammar school in Jesuit, Mickey Retief, the real leader of the class of '74, passed away. Well, the alumni department asked me to take over his duties, and with a heavy heart, I tried to fill his shoes. After that, my alumni duties continued to grow. And then in 2010, I got the best assignment I could ever hope for, when Father McGinn asked me and Terry Billings to co-chair the Home Field Advantage campaign. That was the greatest labor of love I had here at Jesuit, building a baseball field from the ground up for Jesuit High School. I really believe Dave Morrow and Joey Latino must have talked Father McGinn into giving me that position, because they knew if I wasn't involved in the construction of that stadium, I would have driven them crazy with second-guessing Monday morning quarterback and pointing out every mistake that they made. A second footnote I have to add, John Ryan did give $1 million to construct that facility. That may have contributed to his success also. Before I close, I also want to thank the alumni department, Matt, Pierre, and Tom, for all the help they have given me over the years. But I do have to say, putting my picture on a billboard on the interstate is way over the top for my taste. But that's just me and the hundreds of callers who saw the billboard. Thank you, Matt. Finally, I just want to emphasize that all I've done is what any of you would have done. Once I learned to be a man for others and give of myself, instead of expecting the school to give me what I wanted, my whole world changed. And all I have done since is what I expect and what I have taught every player on every team to do. Ask one question: Coach, what can I do to help the team win? And for me, Father, what can I do to help Jesuit become a better place? So remember, when Jesuit asks you to do something, accept the assignment, and you will receive tenfold what you put into it. This award is for every classmate who took my calls during LEF campaigns, for every contributor to John Ryan Stadium, and most importantly, for every player that I ever hounded or drove or disciplined or even praised once or twice. It is with the excitement of a pre-freshman starting Jesuit and the humility of a good foot soldier that I accept this award as the ultimate recognition of what I aspired to be from the start, simply a good Blue Jay. Thank you.